All right, so we are now going to have the secretary do the roll call.
Good afternoon. So we'll now begin the roll call. Today's roll call would include the 3 host states, this year's and the next 2 years. Tomorrow's roll call will move into the rest of the states. State presidents, make sure you're ready. You'll have 60 seconds tomorrow for each of the other state presidents to give their roll call presentation. So our first state to present this afternoon is the great state of Indiana.
Got the slide? Slide deck?
Yep.
All right, let me go back here. All right. Madam Secretary, on behalf of the Indiana National Guard Adjutant General, Major General Courtney Carr, the National Guard Association of Indiana, and the airmen and women and soldiers of the Indiana Army and Air National Guard, we all want to welcome you to Indiana. Indianapolis is a busy place this weekend with the WNBA, the GP Motocross, the Junior DCI band competition, high school swimming team competitions, and nearly 5,000 motorcycles lining the streets of Indianapolis. And not to mention, EANGUS was in the house. Who? Indiana is a Midwestern state known for its farmland, and also known for, or renowned for, its auto racing, mostly the Indianapolis 500. Indiana's nickname is called the Hoosier State. It's a state forms part of the Corn Belt of the United States. The motto is Crossroads of America. Indiana is achieved statehood in December 11th, 1816. Indiana is also the home of the 30th Infantry Division, the 122nd Intel Wing, the 181st Fighter Wing. Also, Indiana is known to supply its limestone to the Pentagon to help build the Pentagon, or rebuild the Pentagon after 9/11. Also, Santa Claus, Indiana has more than 1 million letters delivered to it every Christmas. Also, you might not know this, but we had the first gasoline pump that was born out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this comic strip of Garfield was created out of Muncie, Indiana. Famous people include Presidents Benjamin Harrison, William Henry Harrison, and Abraham Lincoln, Supreme Court Justice John Roberts. Other names, other important people as James Dean, David Lee Roth, Crystal Gale, Steve McQueen, David Letterman, Red Skelton, Johnny Appleseed, Larry Bird, Tony Stewart, and astronaut Gus Grissom, just to name a few. Other notorious and infamous names are Jimmy Hoffa, John Dillinger, Jim Jones, Johnny Ringo, just to name a few of those. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the chair for the EANGUS conference this year. Co-chair is Scott Kasmer, the operations manager is Mike Stafford, and operations is Steve Hamilton. Auxiliary is Laura Snyder. If anybody needs to see operations, please, our operations center is in 141. Also, if you need transportation issues, go to 141. This is the lineup of our events for the week. Tonight, we go into the welcome night tonight. Looks like the rain is going to hold off and we're going to be outside. Tomorrow, we got business day number 2. Tomorrow, we have PD night. And then for those that are interested, we have transportation to take you to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to go to the museum. Tuesday night is All Harry's Hospitality Night. I'll cover each one of these here in a minute. And then the last night is the banquet night. You are located right here on the map. It shows the convention center. Your hotels are all within walking distance. You don't even have to go outside in order to go to the convention center. Tonight, we'll be at the Indiana War Memorial. We'll be at the North Plaza of the memorial. It looks like the rain's going to hold off for us tonight, so we will be outside. Also, for your knowledge, we are having a World War II, what do they call them? Honor flight, guests for the honor flight tonight. So they will be with us tonight as we go through our welcome night tonight. And this is the location of the Indiana War Memorial from where we're at right now. It's about 8 blocks for those that would like to walk that. It's not very far, actually. I'll walk that. You could get there in about 10, 15 minutes. Or we have transportation from Maryland Street, or if you need to get transportation from your hotel, please get a hold of our folks in room 141. Tomorrow night, we'll be at the professional event will be at the Indianapolis Colts Bar and Grill. Please feel free to go there and partake of the refreshments that's going to be there. Door admittance is $5, and all proceeds go to the We Care for America, I'm sorry. And the Colts Bar and Grill is located right north of the Hilton Hotel, so feel free to, again, show up there tomorrow night. All States Night is at the Military Park. And there should be plenty of shade. It's all within walking distance, about 4 blocks from the Hyatt. If you need transportation, whatever, we will be glad to provide that transportation for each of you to go to Military Park. Like I said, another venue that we have slated in for you, if you want to partake, is tomorrow. Sign up in the 141. We can take you to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway to go through the museum at a discounted price. I think that's what we've worked out with the museum folks. On Tuesday and Wednesday night, if you feel that you haven't had enough partying or enough to eat and drink and entertainment, we do have discounted tickets for each of you to go see the minor league baseball team, the Indianapolis Indians, for when they play whoever they're playing this week. So, yeah. Then also we got the Soldier Sailors Monument downtown. That's the circle. If you tried to get down there last night, you probably didn't make it because of all the motorcycles that was around the circle. So, but there's a museum in there. It's a Civil War museum. They got a little gift shop and so on and so forth. All of this is curated by our own Brigadier General Goodwin. He was the Air Force officer for the state of Indiana. Also, Congressional Medal of Honor memorial that we have along the Canal Walk. These are things that you can see and look at as you're walking along. It'd be great on Tuesday night when we're at the Military Park, because the canal is right there. Also along the Canal Walk is the USS Indianapolis Memorial. The USS Indianapolis was the ship that was delivered the 2 atomic bombs that was dropped in Japan during World War II, and on its way back, it got torpedoed by a U-boat. And there was 1,197 sailors that was in the water during that time period, and only a little over 350 were rescued due to shark attacks. So, other attractions, we have the Indianapolis Museum, State Museum, we have Indianapolis Art Museum, and the NCAA Championship Museum, all within walking distance, and also Lucas Oil Stadium. If you want to stay a couple more nights, we have the U.S. gymnastics teams is going to be in town on the 13th. So that'll be at the Bankers Life Stadium. Indiana is raffling off a nice Polaris vehicle. If you haven't purchased your raffle tickets yet, we would like you to do so. $5 per ticket, or we're selling at a discount rate of 4 tickets for $20. So feel free to participate and help us out a little bit on money for this conference. And my people didn't come forward to throw out the goodies, so they got them back there. So, Madam Secretary, Indiana is in the house. Hello?
I think he took my stuff.
It's all yours. Here's this here for it.
For the slide deck.
Right hand.
Got it.
Oh, I've been watching the time. Start.
Oh, we need to reset the time?
Yeah. Hold on. All right, thank you, Indiana. All right, the next state, in the home of the 2016 EANGUS Conference, Louisiana.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm John Roach. I am the chairman of next year's National Conference. On behalf of the Adjutant General, General Curtis, Governor Jindal, the Mayor of New Orleans, Mayor Landrieu, and the citizens of Louisiana, we would like to have you all down to New Orleans for the 2016 EANGUS Conference. The conference will be held August 20th through the 25th. And I'd like to play a little short video for y'all enjoyment.
Discover your New Orleans. Start exploring at followyournolan.com. And I love New Orleans. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an incredible enlisted association conference scheduled for you. Our hotel is just footsteps away from the historic French Quarter. You'll find some of the finest New Orleans hospitality for our welcome and all-state nights. Welcome Night will be hosted by Mardi Gras World, offering 4 separate venues with plenty of photo opportunities, including Mardi Gras floats, props, and costumes. So don't forget to bring your camera. We'll see you in New Orleans. Junior Enlisted Night at the Rock and Bowl combines the fun of bowling and music. Everyone can dance to live bands, including shuffling your feet to the beat of Cajun Zydeco music. From the dance floor to bowling lanes plus tasty food, it's a one-of-a-kind experience. You'll enjoy jazz music while eating authentic Cajun food. New Orleans has some of the best chefs in America, serving up gumbo, jambalaya, po' boys, sizzling seafood, and Creole cuisine that can only be found in New Orleans. We'll see you in New Orleans. You'll also hear some of the hottest bands in the South. We have amazing music venues with world-famous jazz musicians. Come experience the indoor recreation of a southern plantation. We'll see you in New Orleans. And don't forget about the restaurants, galleries, and historic locations to explore just outside the hotel door.
I don't know about y'all, but it looks like it's going to be a good time. Hey, T-Boy, what you think?
Michelle, I got 2 good friends back home, Boudreaux and Thibodeau, would say, y'all come on down to New Orleans and we're going to pass a good time, Sha.
Hey, Michelle, hold on, Michelle. Let me go through a little timeline real quick.
All right.
So, Saturday the 20th, we begin with registration day and the opening of our hospitality rooms. Sunday the 21st is the opening ceremony, where we play in the second line, everyone through the streets of the vendor area. That night, will be our welcome night. As mentioned in the video, it's at Mardi Gras World. After a short ride on a traditional Mardi Gras float, we'll be able to enjoy some New Orleans cuisine and spirits. The 22nd starts the business session along with open night, where you can enjoy some Southern hospitality, tour the French Quarter, and our museums. Along with that night, our junior enlisted night, our junior enlisteds are invited to enjoy the famous Rockin' Bowl. The 23rd continues with the business session, and that night will continue with the long tradition of the EANGUS All States Night. That night will be held on the mighty Mississippi. Also during that night, Louisiana would like to throw out a challenge for y'all to bring your best jambalaya recipe, because we're going to hold the first annual Angus Jambalaya Cook-Off. Details will be on our website. The last night, 24th, closing ceremony, that banquet will be held at the Hilton Riverside Ballroom. Y'all, I tell you, New Orleans has a lot to offer to everyone, so come on down and visit one of America's greatest cities. Y'all come and discover your New Orleans. As we say, laissez le bon temps rouler. Let the good times roll. In fact, let it start rolling now. Where you at, crew Angus?
Thank you, Louisiana. We're all looking forward to that next year. Okay, are we ready for the following year? After that, we're going to West Virginia. Where are you, West Virginia?
Should be a video. Just a video, all right.
Yeah. We roll the video.
On behalf of the 6,500 men and women of the West Virginia National Guard and the citizens of our great state, we would like to welcome EANGUS members to Charleston, West by God, Virginia in 2017.
What makes a city a destination? Is it the history of the place, or the history you can make not so famous that make it special. Really special. Natural or made by hand. Ask yourself, is your next destination again historic and almost heaven?
I'm Danny Jones, Mayor of Charleston, West Virginia, with a personal welcome to the city that's known for its hospitality, riverfront, cool restaurants, historic architecture, and great meeting venues. Make your next destination someplace hip, historic, and almost heaven. Make it Charleston, West Virginia.
Wake up in Charleston, West Virginia, a capital city with small town charm. It's easy to get here. Named for that famous jet pilot who wrote the sounder, you can touch down at Yeager Airport, be downtown in just about 5 minutes. Plus, Charleston, West Virginia is your gateway and getaway to all that's wild and wonderful about the Mountain State, because you're only about an hour's drive from world-class adventure. And for those intrigued with our rich history, there's a trail, a tour, or a site that will take you back in time, back to our salty past. Walk where the Iroquois and Athena once lived. Visit the hometown of Reverend Leon Sullivan, or see how that past has manifested itself in our future at the world-class Play Center for the Arts and Sciences.
There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
Heard round the world on National Public Radio. Mountain Stage calls Charleston, West Virginia home. Catch it live and in person here. You can soothe the senses in a more classical way. Or turn up the volume with excitement. And when the day drifts into night, all the stars come out and light up our skies. In Charleston, nighttime is the right time to just relax. Whatever you do, live it up and enjoy Charleston's special blend of hospitality. So come discover your inner hip, historic and almost heaven. There's only one place to do it. Charleston, West Virginia.
West Virginia has a rich tradition of defending our nation and supporting our nation's military. The West Virginia National Guard traces its lineage to a militia company that helped form the Continental Army. Charleston, our capital city, and all of West Virginia are excited to have the men and women of EANGUS, those tremendous patriots who serve our nation every day as citizen soldiers, here in West Virginia, and we look forward to providing you the best mountaineer hospitality that you've ever had, and we are excited to be a part of EANGUS in 2017. So welcome to West by God, Virginia, and our capital city of Charleston.
How many of you attended the conference in 2011 in Charleston, West Virginia? Did you have a good time? You're going to have a better time in 2017. I'm Command Sergeant Major Kevin Harry. I'm with Chief Master Sergeant James Dixon, who is our EANGUS, 2017 EANGUS National Conference co-chair, and we look forward to hosting you in Charleston, West Virginia. So on behalf of Governor Earl Ray Tomlin, the Adjutant General, Major General James Hoyer, the Mayor of the City of Charleston, Danny Jones, and the 6,500 soldiers and airmen of West Virginia, we look forward to seeing you in 2017. West Virginia, are you present? See you there.
Sergeant Major, appreciate you. We're going to have a great time. We'll definitely do my thing. Appreciate you.
They're still throwing things. All right. Thank you for the whole state presentations. Like I said, tomorrow, it'll be shortly after 10:30, right after the business session starts up again. We'll continue with the rest of the roll call of the states. Thank you.
That picture of me in the hat is on Facebook already. Joe Mushler, you will pay for that. All right. So I call on the Rules, Credentials and Rules Committee Chair, Master Sergeant Daniel Riley. I'm sorry. First Sergeant. Congratulations. Newly appointed First Sergeant to give an interim report.
Good afternoon. And so the Rules and Credentials Committee met on August 9, 2015 at the Indianapolis Convention Center from 08 to 10:30. Delegate badges were issued as follows. This report is posted online as well. Authorized delegates overall, 284. Issued badges, 196. Proxies that were granted were 43. For total delegate votes as now 239. The following states, territories do not have their credentials issued yet. There's a big list of them. I'll go down it real quick. District of Columbia, Delaware, Florida, Idaho, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, West Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin. The conference committee will meet again on the 10 August 2015 from 08 to 09, located at the conference registration area. Mr. President, this concludes my report.
So the script says we have a motion. We do not have a motion. Doug Simpson again.
Auxiliary, make it rain, make it rain. Oh, stir it up.
Judy, would you please silence your phone? Yeah. All right, so we do not need a motion for the report. All right, got it. And right after it says we have a motion, it says this is a preliminary report and requires no action, so fantastic. All right, I now call on the Nominations Committee Chair, Chief Master Sergeant Stephen Burris, for the nominations interim report.
The Nominations Committee met this morning briefly, and at this point, we have the following nominations. Each area will fill Army and Air positions, as well as elect chairs. For Area 1, Army, Claudia Magna. Area 2, Air, Thomas Myers. Army, Val Desai, and Army, Terry Handy. Area 3, Air Judy Holland and Chris Brown. Army Don Wood. For Area 4, Air Sherlyn Highlander and Army Jeff Frisbee. Area 5 for Air Jesse Whalen. Area 6, Air Bob Bourne, Joseph Goodman, Steve Vinzhaler. For Army Bernardo Acosta and Todd Perry. And for Area 7, Air for Ethan Toyama, Army Andy Strauss. Mr. President, this report contains only a statement of fact and information for the Assembly.
All right, thank you, Steve. Can I have Master Sergeant Riley come back up? First sergeant's a position in the Air Force, not a rank. Still Master Sergeant. This will require a motion. Okay.
Like I said at the beginning. Okay, this is the most exciting time for the conference. You get to hear me read the standing rules of the conference. So these standing rules for the 44th Annual General Conference of the Enlisted Association of the National Guard of the United States, hereinafter referred to as the Association, is presented for your review and subsequent action. A 2/3 vote is required for adoption. These rules will be in effect during the duration of this conference unless otherwise amended or suspended. Rule number 1, the Conference Committee on Credentials and Rules, hereinafter referred to as the committee, shall report the number of delegates registered with proper credentials. They shall submit a daily supplementary report to the Association Secretary at the beginning of each business session subsequent to the acceptance of the initial Conference Committee on Credentials and Rules report. A member registered as an alternative delegate can, with due cause and upon authorization by the committee, transition from alternate to voting delegate at any time during the continuance of business. Members on official federal or state status and honorary associate or corporate members shall not serve as voting delegates. Rule number 2, to facilitate identification, admission to the voting delegate seating area, and for seating, delegates shall be required to wear conference identification furnished by the association and issued by the committee. Executive Council members may wear their association badges for this purpose. Commissioned or warrant officers will not be seated in the voting delegate seating area. At the President's discretion, special invited guests such as the CSM or CCM of NGB or any other special guest may be seated at the head table with the executive officers for all or part of the business meeting. Rule number 3, a main motion offered by a delegate shall be in writing and signed by the author or authors who shall be a voting delegate of the conference. This will be sent to the Association Secretary immediately after presentation. Rule number 4, all main motions, resolutions, and other matters concerning the expenditure or commitment of funds will be referred to the Committee on Finance for review for appropriate action. This must be done prior to a final determining vote. The referral action shall be without debate. Rule number 5, recommendations contained in a report to the Association have the force of declaration of intent requiring the adoption of subsequent motions or resolutions for the implementation.